Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the 11 a.m. morning stretch break. My name is Jazzy, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. I'm really excited to get the morning started with some stretches. So, if you have anything today that is tight or you would like a little bit of extra focus or attention on, we got some chest and neck, perfect, because that's what we're planning on starting off with, especially this morning, and a lot of it's always good to start off with some upper body. So we're gonna mainly do a little upper body this morning, and then later on today, in the 2:30 stretch break, we'll do a little bit more lower body, but I can also throw some lower body in for this morning as well. So we'll go ahead and start in a standing position here. And you can always add something throughout the whole stretch break, and I'll go ahead and keep my eye on the chat box. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna stretch out our neck a little bit. So I'm gonna start with my right hand. I'm gonna take my hand, place it right in between my shoulder blades on my back. And then I'm going to take left ear to left shoulder, left hand on top of my head. And we're going to start to breathe nice and deep here. So making sure that our core is tight. We want to make sure that when we're standing here, we're not arching our back. We're nice and tight here. Glutes engaged very, very slightly. And we're taking nice, big, deep inhales into the chest. And slowly exhaling through the mouth, sighing away any tension we feel in the side of our neck today. Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do one more big deep breath here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn our gaze down towards the ground, chin on the chest. Our face is kind of near the armpit here. Hand is still on top of the head. And what we're going to do here now is we're going to start stretching out then the back of the neck as well as into our upper traps. So our traps are the muscle that kind of go from the neck on top of the shoulder here. And those traps can get pretty tight just from hunching over the computer. Also, if you're cold, I'm always cold, as many of you may know. Tend to shrug my ears towards my shoulders when I'm cold, so the traps can get pretty tight there as well. So we're stretching everything out here, still taking those deep breaths, inhaling into the nose, exhaling through the mouth, sighing away any tension here. And let's go ahead and do one more big inhale here. Slowly exhaling. And we can gently return our head to center. Drop those hands by our sides. Shake out your arms if you need to. I know it could get a little tight having that arm behind your back the whole time. And now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So now my left hand is going to come in between my shoulder blades here. Right ear is going to come to right shoulder. Right hand on top of the head. So stretching out the side of our neck. Still keeping that core nice and tight. Glutes slightly engaged. We want to make sure we're not pulling our head down as far as we can. That hand is just there to help gravity do its job. Help us just get a little bit of an extra stretch here. Nice, big, deep breaths. Sighing away that tension we feel in the side of our neck this morning. Awesome job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do one more deep breath here. And part two, we're now going to go ahead and bring that gaze down towards the ground, chin to the chest, hands still on top of the head. And this one is going to start to open up the back of our neck and into our traps. So still sighing away that tension we feel in the back of our neck here today. Slowing the breath down, calming our body down, helping ourselves relax through this stretch. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale. Slowly exhaling. We can gently bring our heads back to center, drop those hands to our sides. We can go ahead and shake out the arms a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our chest. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back here, and we're going to push those knuckles into the ground, pulling those hands apart, opening up our chest. So as you can see, I do have a slight arch in my back, but I'm really not arching too much. We're just opening that chest up. So we're pushing the knuckles into the ground, pulling our hands apart, feeling that opening up all through the chest and shoulders. You can even start to bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. If that is not comfortable for you, you can just keep that focus or your gaze straight ahead. But we're inhaling nice and deep into our chest. Slowly exhaling, releasing that tension we feel, breathing into the tightness today. And let's go ahead and do one more big inhale here. And we're going to slowly exhale. We can gently release our hands. Again, shake it out a little bit if you need to. And from here, we're going to make our way onto the ground on our hands and our knees. And we're going to do one of my favorite stretches for the upper back here. And we can add a little bit of a chest opener as well. So we're going to be on our hands and our knees. And I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to thread it through in between my left arm and my left leg. Hand is on the ground. The head is also going to come to the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to push that hand, the back of our hand into the ground. You're going to pull away with the upper back. So that's going to give us a nice stretch all the way right behind those shoulder blades. So this gets, pretty often neglected or tight just from sitting at the computer all day. So this is a great way to kind of open everything up. So we're breathing nice and deep, feeling that back expand with each inhale. And slowly exhaling, breathing into any tightness we feel today. And to get a little bit more of a chest stretch here, you can go ahead and take that hand that's on the ground. We're going to wrap it all the way around our body, tucking it into the crease of our right hip. So if you're left hand to right hip, right hand to left hip, and keep that chest a little bit more open. So that's going to help us stretch out the chest and shoulders here as we're stretching out our back as well. Awesome, everyone. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale here. Slowly exhaling. We can go ahead and plant the left hand on the ground and then the right hand, returning back to our hands at our knees. And then we're going to go ahead and do that same thing now with our other arm. So left hand is going to come in between right arm and right leg, head on the ground, pushing the back of that hand into the ground, pulling away with the upper back. So again, starting to feel that stretch right under the shoulder blade. Breathing nice and deep. Slowly exhaling through the mouth. Sighing away all that tension in our backs today. And again, if you would like that little extra chest opener, go ahead and take the hand that's on the ground, wrapping it around your body, tucking that hand into the hip of the opposite side leg. So my right hand to the left hip, left hand to the right hip. Still breathing nice and deep here. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale. Slowly exhaling. Go ahead and plant that right hand back on the ground. Returning to our hands and our knees. And last thing we're going to do today, we're just going to slow it down a little bit more. We're going to take those knees a little bit wider than hip width, sinking our heels, our hips towards the heels, walking those hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the mat or the ground with some child's pose. So here we really want to focus on our breath, inhaling nice and deep into the belly, feeling the low back expand. And exhaling, letting those hips sink further towards the heels. Letting the upper body melt into the ground with each exhale, really calming the body down. Making those exhales a little longer than the inhales. Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale here. Slowly exhaling. And when you're ready, you can return onto your hands and your knees, or you can go ahead and stay in that child pose, however you would like to end the stretch break. But that is all the time that we have this morning. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you feel nice and relaxed, ready to get on with the rest of your morning. Don't forget, we do have one more stretch break today at 2:30 with me. So we'll do some more stretching together. And then we do have today is Tuesday, so we have abs and core with Luis at 4:30, so don't miss out on that either. And as always, you can check up on everything we got going on. We have our virtual blood drive starting, so sign up today with your appointment to happen between June 1st and June 30th. So you can find all that information on our SharePoint site. And thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great rest of your morning.